We are live.
All right. Welcome to MMA Fighting. I am Damon Martin. It is my great pleasure to welcome in a legend of the sport, one of my old friends from the oldest days of MMA, going all the way back to Bodog, the legend Eddie Alvarez. But Eddie, today, as much as we talk about your fight career, we talk about all the things you got going on. We're talking about a much different situation today, which is a weird debacle that kind of unfolded this past weekend in your hometown of Philadelphia at KnuckleMania 6. I'm just going to turn the floor over to you because we know what's going on. Mike Perry, of course, there was some kind of weird brawl in the crowd. We saw the video, 30-second video, whatever it was. So I just want to kind of turn it over to you and say, what exactly happened?
Yeah, so I think Mike's telling the world I think Mike's telling the world that he got bumped by a girl and he turned around and was like, "Oh, excuse me." Like that's the first lie of the whole story. The girl was not even she was all the way on the side, off to the side. There's no way she could have bumped him. She didn't even have to go into the row. She was like off to the side. But she was in Mike Perry's vision. But the girl's a teenage girl. She's a little girl. She's 100 pounds. She's a teenage girl. It's my son's girlfriend, Kira, and she's not never been to fighting or anything like that. And my sons, I have the most respectful sons on earth. Like my sons are old school. They were raised old school, crazy respectful. Mike Perry would snap my son in half. Like he would never be disrespectful to Mike Perry. But what happened was, and I was trying to bury this to save Mike Perry. He even messaged me a disappearing video trying to bury this, and I was going to just be like, you know what, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to mess up his marriage or mess up his home life. But this guy, why is wife is home taking care of the kids and cleaning, he's out trying to talk to teenage girls. And he turned around and he said something pretty nasty to my son's girlfriend. And my son turns to her and said, "What'd he say?" And then he says again, the only thing my son did hear of him, he goes, "I'm sorry." He says, "I'm sorry. Did that make you uncomfortable? What I said, did that make you uncomfortable?" And my son heard that. And my son said he was sincerely like questioning Mike, like, what did you say to make her uncomfortable? He wanted to know, like, he was saying, "Does that make you uncomfortable what I was saying to you?" To the girl. And when he said that, Mike turns to my son, who's 130 pounds, like a little guy, says, "I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to her." And I'm like, "You're bullying a kid." So, like, about 6 seats down from this whole thing, me and Jamie are. Mind you, I'm with my family, bro. I go to these things with my family. People are saying Eddie's team, Eddie's team. I'm with my family, me and my kids. My jujitsu coach, he's there, and Eddie's friend, Chuck, is there. But other than that, I'm with my family. We're enjoying the show. So Eddie turned to me and goes, "Dad," he's like trying to hit on Kira. He's trying to talk to Kira, and then he's telling me to like kind of bullying my son Eddie. So I'm like, let me just switch seats. Maybe Mike doesn't know. Maybe he's just not aware that that's my son and that's his girlfriend. So I switched seats with Chuck, my son Eddie's friend. And now I'm sitting directly behind Mike. And I'm like, look, if at least if Mike tries to say something again, I'll be like, "Hey, Mike," because me and Mike are pretty cordial all night. I'll be like, "Hey, Mike, that's my son's girlfriend. Please don't do that." I'm still upset that he made Eddie, like, he bitched my son up and got him, like, bullied him. I'm like, my son's like super respectful. My kids ain't from where I'm from. They're not from the streets. They're respectful kids. They're suburb kids. They know how to fight, but they're not fighters. So I sit behind Mike, and then he doesn't turn back around while I'm seated there. But my wife lets him know. My wife goes, "Hey, Mike, I just want to let you know." And she's still respectful to him. Nope, nothing popped off yet. Nobody's freaking out yet or getting nuts. She just says, "I just want to let you know this is my son, Eddie, and that's his girlfriend who you were just trying to talk to, who you were just trying to pick up. And this is my son, and that was disrespectful." Mike Mike turns to my son and basically telling him like that's going to happen. If you have a girl, guys are going to try to talk to him. It's like trying to like he's his fucking father or something. I'm like, what are you doing, man? He's drunk as shit. And then he tells my son, he tells Eddie that he should do something about it. If he didn't like it, he should do something. So a 130-pound kid should do something to Mike Perry if he didn't like him trying to talk to his girl. And then he turns to me and says to me, "Hey, I'm sorry. I know I'm wrong, but I think you should do something about it." To my face like that. What the fuck am I supposed to do? You're a mess, drunk mess, trying to bitch up my son, trying to talk to a teenage girl. My whole family's here. My son Anthony's there. Um, what the like? You put me in a real bad spot, like terrible spot as a father. If I'm in front of Mike Perry's family, number one, I'm never going to try to talk to any girls when I'm at a show, other than turn around and disrespect a man's entire family. Should my friend Leandro jumped in and hit him? Probably not. But Leandro loves me. He's my brother. He sees shit pop off and it goes nuts. So like it is what it is. I didn't instruct a team to beat up Mike Perry, nor do I need a team to beat up Mike Perry. And if I did want to roll on Mike Perry, I'm not bringing my wife and kids. That's like wild. I'm not bringing my wife and kids. I bring my wife and kids to an event to watch a fight. Um, this guy's a fucking scumbag. I used to like Mike Perry. I used to think the whole thing was an act, and I liked it. I liked the act of Mike Perry, the wild dude who does wild shit. And I thought maybe he just put it on for the camera, but it's not. He's an absolute fucking scumbag. No man leaves his wife at home to take care of kids and then tries to talk and pick up teenage girls at an event while his wife ain't around. His wife's home cooking, taking care of the kids. Like what are you doing, man? And wasted, drunk as fuck. Like I'm like, he put me in a spot where I'm like, and I'm pretty patient and I'm pretty calculated, and I make sure like I don't fuck up or do shit wrong. He put me in a real fucked up spot, and I'm not sorry that my kids fucked him up. I have a 18-year-old kid and a 20-year-old kid. I'm not sorry that they fucking dumped on him. I'm not. Or my wife fucking hit him. I'm not sorry about that. I never will be. I should apologize that my friend Leandro jumped in and Eddie's best friend Chuck jumped in. That probably shouldn't have happened, but it did. I'm not in control of this situation, but nor did I want to be in this fucking situation. I don't want to have this drunk fuck in front of me, you know, doing what he does, acting a fool, and then this my son's girlfriend just joined our family. Like she's new to everything. She was scared to death about this entire thing, scared to death. And then you tell me at the end of it, well, maybe you should do something about it. That's what he tells me. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to save you. Like you're wasted. I'm trying to take this situation and like quarantine it, and he's trying to fucking light a fire to it. I don't do that shit. I haven't been in a street. I haven't been in street fighting. I can't tell you how long since I started getting paid for fighting. I haven't been in a street fight. I'm not that guy anymore. And my sons definitely ain't that guy. They're not. They're not anything like I was at their age. So like, it's wild when I'm reading on the internet and what my sons are getting. Like my sons are so respectful. Like anybody who knows me or knows my family, I get nothing but praise about my kids. How awesome they are, how respectful they are. They're not spoiled kids. They're old school raised kids. So like it like hurts me to see people say bad stuff about them, and especially this fucking scumbag who's just lied about. He went on this podcast and lied about everything from the beginning of his story. It was a lie. He said, "Oh, some girl was coming through the aisle and she bumped me, and I turned around and said something to her. She wasn't even in the aisle. She was on the end of the aisle. She never even had to walk through the aisle. She was at the very end." Mike was seated here. She was in back of him, right over here at the end of the aisle. He turned around and seen her and started trying to talk to her in front of my son and told my son, I'm not talking to you, and try to bitch him up. Look, I don't expect everybody to understand this, but where I'm from, you should expect to get your fucking ass whooped by the entire family if you do some shit like that. You should expect it. I would expect it. That's why I would never do no shit like that. So, like, whatever transpired outside of my family, I'm sorry. These are friends. They're emotional too. They're pissed off. But my family, I, like, I protected this man. I had him in a guillotine. I protected his entire head. Nobody hit him in the head, really. I had him in a guillotine and held him there. I didn't fucking punch him. I didn't stomp his head in the fucking concrete like I should have. But, but I protected him. And then after I protected him, I decided I want to bury this story because I don't want to get in trouble with his fucking wife or his family. But he wanted to go public and say some stupid shit. I'm like, just bury it, dude. Are you a fucking idiot? Like, this entire shit broke out, and it's like, trust me, man. Like, if I'm gonna go somewhere and decide I want to dump on Mike Perry, I'm not bringing my wife and kids. That's like the only people I'm not bringing. So like, it's wild just to see people. Hey, his team beat up Mike Perry. My team. These are kids. Nobody here fought. The only person that actually fought was my jujitsu. My one of my good friends, Leandro, who does jujitsu at this school. He's the only guy who fought. There's no team. It's my fucking wife and kids and family. It's like wild, bro. Like the internet's a wild place. And like,
It really is.
to make matters worse, I'm in fucking Florida trying to at karate combat trying to help a fighter right now. One of my fighters are getting ready on Friday to fight. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this shit. But like shit's going wild, man. It went like completely left field.
Can I ask Eddie, just to be clear, and not that it really matters, but the son of yours he was talking to, it's your teenage son and his teenage girlfriend. Am I getting that right?
No, my son is 20.
Okay.
My son's 20 and his girlfriend just turned 19. Literally just turned 19. But bro,
And that and that and that
she's
was
100 pounds. She's 5'1". She's like a little tiny girl. She's terrified about this whole thing. My son, he's 130 pounds. Like, what are you're picking on these people and fucking preying on these people?
and I'm not gonna. I mean, you can obviously tell me if you want, but I was so he said it originally started. He said something inappropriate to her. That's how it all
Great.
started.
So inappropriate. It was so inappropriate that he turned to her again and said, I'm sorry. Did that make you uncomfortable? That's what he said. I'm sorry. Am I making you uncomfortable? Like in front of the girl's boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, just a piece of shit. Like, good people don't do this. And I legitimately used to take Mike Perry with a grain of salt because we're fighters. He did a good job marketing. I'm like, he's just a great marketer. He gets camera turns on and Mike turns on. No, Mike's a legit piece of shit. Like, um, some of the shit he does is just no good. He's just no good. And I didn't always think that way. And little by little, I'm just like, bro, this guy's no good. And I wanted to, this ain't even like me to air out someone's dirty laundry. I'm like, but you're not going to go bash my family publicly. He made my kid the bad guy in this whole situation, my son, Eddie, which is wild. Like, anybody meets Eddie, they love Eddie. He's like crazy respectful. He would never disrespect anyone. So, like, that's what's really, really bothering me. Like, um, that he turned the story on my kid and made it look like, oh, his kid's being disrespectful for me, and I'm that I had to rein my kid in, as if you didn't do anything to start this. You just were respectful all the way through. It's like, piece of shit, grade A piece of shit. Like, the dude's no good, and he can't be no good. Like, good people don't do this.
before Mike put out the video, I think it was today on his podcast talking about everything. You said he sent you a video. Did he ever apologize? Like, did he ever reach out and say I'm sorry for what happened? Like before going public with his version of the story.
Mike sent me a disappearing video that I clicked on, and the video said this, and it was fucking disappearing. Why? It said, "Hey, Eddie, I was drunk. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse for what I did. I was wasted, but that's not an excuse. It was kind of cool to get beat up by your whole family," which was like fucking, that was funny to me, actually. It was kind of cool to get beat up by your whole family, but I don't have any hard feelings, and I hope that you don't. And the only reason he sent this video, I'm telling you, the only reason he sent this video, because I had a podcast that I was going on that was already scheduled way before any of this happened. So I wasn't going on this podcast to say a goddamn thing about Mike Perry or anything. Me and John Anik and Kenny Florian, we scheduled this podcast 2 weeks ago. He was worried that I was about to go on this podcast and his wife's about to find out what the fuck he's up to. That's what he was worried about. So he sent me a disappearing video. It's like when a guy bumps your car, right? And your car's all fucked up and and his isn't, and he goes, "I'm good if you're good." That's what he did to me. He's like, "I'm good if you're good. Is everything okay before you head on this podcast?" And then the video disappeared. So I can't even show you the video. I can show you that there's a video on my inbox from Mike Perry, but I can't even replay it. And I try to screen record it, but it says that I'm not even allowed to screen record the video. So it's like, and bro, I don't want to have to deal with any of this bullshit. Like, I'm on a fight week right now, and I'm trying to concentrate on my fighter who's weighing in tomorrow morning. And I want to be able to fully be invested in what he's doing. But I'm like, this whole shit's gotten out of hand. And the only side of the story that people know is Mike Perry's lying their side about the whole thing. Like him acting as if, oh, a girl bumped me and I just said excuse me, and like you weren't being a scumbag trying to hit on a teenager and then trying to bitch my son up. Like, bro, he made this shit whole, the entire thing happen from start to finish. You guys, there's footage of the very beginning of the night, me hugging Mike, saying, "Hey, what's up, brother?" My wife did the same thing. We all got in there and we just said, "Hey, what's up, Mike? The Alvarez are behind you." Just like to let him know, like, no fucking weird feelings. No, I've been beat by plenty of guys. I've been beat by 8, 10 guys in my career. I don't give a fuck. I win the guys, I lose the guys. There's like zero animosity to anybody. But like, it's my family, bro. Like, someone can only take so much. And Mike Perry's a dad, and he'll have grown up kids at some point. Come on, I fucking try to hit on his son's kid. What do you think's gonna happen? What do you expect to happen? Tell me
Yeah,
what you
that's
expect to happen.
Yeah, that's a pretty ugly situation, and obviously, I appreciate you clearing that up because, like, you're right. Everyone's like, it's Eddie Alvarez's team. We just assume you're at the fight with your team. It's your family that's there. I already know the
There's
answer
no
to this
team.
question.
No one fights. One guy fought. He's my jujitsu coach in my gym. There's no team. This is my kids and my wife.
I already know the answer to this, Eddie. I won't keep you much longer, but I'll ask this. Like, obviously, it sounds like going into this, you had a pretty, good relationship with Mike, friendly, good enough. Would you say this has completely changed your, like, the way that this is all played out with him coming out with the video saying what happened? Like, do you feel like your opinion of him has changed forever now?
I'll never fuck with Mike Perry again. No, no. And he he's got you there?
Yeah, we gotcha. Go ahead. I'm sorry you cut off there. Go right ahead. What you're saying.
Sorry. No, he's gotten so many passes. Like, he beats a fucking old guy up, everyone, whatever, and then the police pull him over, and he tells the police like, "You'll never like." There's just like shit. After a while, you have to like, it adds up, and you go, "This ain't an act." I mean, this person's a piece of shit. Like, there's too many times things happen and you're like, yeah, it makes sense. And like I seen it firsthand. I dealt with it firsthand. Um, he's just no good. And I wanted to believe like he's a good guy and this whole bad guy act is for cameras. It's not. It's just completely not.
Can I real quick just to ask like the aftermath of this? We saw like security comes in. I think there was a cop in there. Did no one got arrested? There was nothing like that. And you said up until he released that statement, you were willing to just kind of let it go. That was kind of the plan for this whole thing.
I don't, dude. I don't. Another man's trying to cheat, or trying to talk to girls, or some guys are into that stuff. Like some men, that's what they do. They go on vacation or they're away from their wives. They try to pick up girls and stuff. I never get into that. If you're my friend, I'm like, hey, if it's meant to be, that wife's gonna find out at some point. I'm not gonna try to tell on another guy or do anything like that. That's like a rule of mine. But I'm like, dude, you're not about to go online and bash my family, bash my kid, make my kid to be the bad guy in this whole thing. You're fucking crazy. You're crazy. Um,
And you said like no police got involved. There was nothing like that. Like no one got arrested or anything crazy like that.
no, nobody got arrested. No, we got quarantined in a suite. We went up to a suite away from Mike, and they put us in a suite, and we just watched the rest of the fights there. Um, yeah, that was it. We Nobody got arrested.
Yeah. Well, Eddie, I know you're like right in the middle of fight week. You got a guy fighting literally a couple days away, obviously, with your guy at Karate Combat. So appreciate you jumping on and doing this. Like I said, I think, obviously getting your side of the story out there because, as you said, you were going to kind of let it go and now you have to not let it go. So I appreciate you doing this, man. Obviously, I'm glad. And by the way, just to make sure everyone in your family's okay, like no one got hurt or anything, right? Like no one, nothing like that happened.
No, nobody got hurt. Not like it was innocent. I've seen way worse. So sincerely, I'm sincerely happy Mike's not hurt. Mike didn't get hurt. Nobody got hurt. Like I would I'd be upset right now if Mike got hurt in that whole thing. I really would be. I didn't want him to get hurt. And I didn't want anybody to jump in. But you ain't about to fucking do what you did and then look at me in the eye and go, "Well, I think you should do something about it." Like what? And nobody was instructed to do a goddamn thing. My wife wasn't, my kids weren't. Nobody was instructed to do anything. Um, I was just doing what a dad would do. If you're a dad, this is like it's exactly what would go on. And nobody
Yeah.
like look, Mike beat me in a fight. I still think Mike Perry sucks at fighting. I don't never thought he was good at fighting. A part of the reason I fought him in the first place, I'm like, this guy sucks. Like, he fucking, I don't think he's good at fighting. I never do. So like, do I feel like I need people behind me to fight Mike Perry? Never in my fucking life. I'll fight Mike Perry twice on Sunday whenever he wants. Like we could fight. That's You don't need to dump on Mike Perry to beat Mike Perry in a fight. He got me. He beat me. No fair and square, no problem. But like, he's not like a fucking George St. Pierre or like, he's a very beatable guy. So like, it's wild to hear people like, "Oh, you couldn't beat him, so you got other people to beat him." I'm like, you guys are wild. Some of these comments are amazing.
I would imagine if you're going to bring backup, it won't be your 20-year-old son. If you're going to bring backup, I imagine it wouldn't be your 20-year-old son.
Yeah, you like I'm bringing my kids and wife. Hey, think about that, Damon. In the household before we went to the Xfinity Center. Hey guys, so we're gonna sit behind Mike Perry and then we're gonna shove him and then try to start a fight and we're all gonna beat him up. Like James, you get him from the side. Hey Ed, you get him here. Like yeah, my wife and kids. That's who I brought to get it done.
Well, Eddie, I appreciate you sharing this with us, man. Obviously, we're going to continue to get the story out there. I'm sorry you even had to deal with this. It sounds like a pretty ugly ordeal, especially when you're with your family. That's the last thing I know you want to happen is anything with your family. That's like persona non grata. You should never mess with the family. So I appreciate you doing this, man. Obviously, best of luck to your fighter in Karate Combat this weekend, man. Hopefully, next time we talk, it's under much better circumstances. But I appreciate you jumping on with me as always. And thank you for doing this, Eddie. Thank you for sharing your story. And I'm sure we will catch up again soon.
Yeah, can I say one more thing?
Go right ahead.
I want to say one more thing, and maybe this is like individual to me. But my kids and my family growing up, like in Philadelphia, if one person fights, everybody has to fight. If one of my sons come home fucked up and the other one doesn't, then the other one's in big trouble. So like that's what happens when you fuck with a family. You know what I mean? You don't do that. So like um otherwise, why even have a family? You're just a group of individuals. So, like, I'm sorry if that bothers people, but like, you just shouldn't fuck with people and their family. They work together, they work as a unit. So, like, I don't apologize for anybody in my family jumping in and joining the festivities. I do apologize for friends of the side, but I have no control of that. So, like, it is what it is. And that's the real story. Anything else you hear is a fucking lie. 100% a lie. Thank you, Damon.
Absolutely, Eddie. Thank you so much again for doing this, and we will definitely talk again soon.